Hello, thanks for joining me today, guys. My name is Anna Bruce. In case you're new here, today I am going to be sharing about our hits and misses for our homeschool year, and I'm going to be sharing kind of what worked for us, what didn't work, so our hits and our misses, and just kind of giving you a rundown of how the school year went with our curriculum this year. So guys, we had a great school year. We ended a couple of days ago and it was just so wonderful. Looking back, we didn't get to everything that I had planned per usual, but we still had a great school year. I feel like I grew a lot, they grew a lot. We made a lot of really sweet memories together. And so I'm gonna be sharing with you guys our hits and misses. And I wanted to mention first that I will be sharing this according to subject. So we'll do math, science, history, language arts, all of that. And then in a couple of weeks, I will be sharing with you guys what I've chosen for the upcoming school year. So my new curriculum pick. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I'm still trying to nail down a few more things before I share it with you. But if you have been a follower over here for a while, you know that normally through the summer, I do about 2 videos a week. And then when the school year starts back, I go back to 1 video a week. So the plan is, I think starting next week, you will start seeing 2 videos a week from me, Tuesdays and Thursdays. There will be lots and lots of homeschool content, as well as all of my other normal content like day in the lives and homemaking content. So stick around for that. I also wanted to mention before we get started about Made to Homeschool. You guys have heard me talk about it and I love it so much, guys. I love it more and more every single day, every single week. It is a homeschool community for homeschooling moms, made by mostly homeschooling moms, and we are a Christian community. There are so many of us content creators over there that release content over there constantly, and so there's always new material rolling out for you guys, resources like videos, live workshops, unit studies, printables. There's also chat rooms that you can go in and ask any of your questions. They're organized according to different topics like special needs, elementary age, high school age, just all kinds of different ones. There's even a section where you can go in for a prayer request. And I am going to be doing a live workshop over there in about a week where I'm going to be talking about how to balance homeschooling and homemaking. So I think it's going to be really great. And the cool thing about the live workshops is I am there at the end to answer any questions that you guys have. And I am active over there quite a lot in the chat rooms and doing live workshops over there. So if you really want to connect with me, Made to Homeschool is where you can do that. I will have a link in the description box if you would like to join. Be sure that you use my link. It does help me. And check it out. There is a 30-day free trial on that too. So you can just see if you like it, see if it's something you want to do, join my workshop, and just try it out. So now let's get to this curriculum hits and misses video. Let's start with math. First, I need to preface all of this by saying we didn't finish a lot of things that I had hoped to finish this year because math for my 5th grader was really hard this year. Language arts for him was really hard this year. He'll be in middle school next year, so he's getting towards the upper grades and it's getting harder and it's taking longer. And then you guys know I spent a lot of time working on reading with my 2nd grader, like a lot of time. And then I also was working on teaching my 5-year-old pre-K and trying to teach her letter sounds and all that. So because of all of that, history and science kind of flew by the wayside. But it's okay because we're going to really focus on that next year and do better. But math for my 5th grader, he did the Good and the Beautiful math. So we love the Good and the Beautiful math. We love the videos that go along with it. But he did struggle with the fractions on that. And I don't think that's any fault of the Good and Beautiful. It's just hard. Fractions are hard. They were hard for me. Thankfully, his dad is like a math whiz. And so I kind of handed him the reins and I'm like, you know what? You can teach him math this year. So there, even though he had the videos, there were lots and lots of days where my husband had to come home from work or either FaceTime him while he was at work and kind of walk him him through it. And it usually didn't take very long. He usually was like just missing one or two things, and I just could not help him with a lot of that because I just don't know it myself, to be honest. So I was really thankful that my husband was able to do that. I do love that they incorporate a lot of review in the Good and the Beautiful math, so that really helped him kind of nail down the things he was not catching on to as quickly. So I think that that was very helpful. And then Landon, he did the Good and Beautiful math level 2. He did great. I really don't have any complaints on that. He was able to do a lot of it independently, especially by like the second half of the school year. He was doing a lot of it on his own and just flying through it all and doing great. So we love how hands-on it is. It comes with a little box with some manipulatives, which he loved, and it was just bright and colorful and fun, and that's who this child is. So anything Good and the Beautiful works great for him, and we really enjoyed that. Language arts, my 5th grader did the Good and the Beautiful language arts. He loved it. He did really, really well with it. I didn't have to help him very much at all, except for the writing portion, because that is kind of his weak area, is the writing. So we really worked hard on that this year and trying to hone in on that skill for him. And we are actually going to be doing some IEW next year with our co-op, and I think that's going to help him too. He did skip a lot of the art and baking and things like that because he's just not into that kind of stuff. He's kind of like black and white, just give it to me straight. I don't want to do all the fluff stuff. So he did not do a lot of that stuff. We skipped some of that. And we also added in a little bit of Fix-It Grammar. We did not get as far into that book as I had hoped for, but I'm probably going to continue it next year. But that did help a little bit with like his editing skills. And then for my 2nd grader, you guys know he was working really hard on getting great at reading. So we started All About Reading last year. We did level 1 and level 2. And then when we started level 2, we also incorporated All About Spelling level 1. And we loved All About Reading. I feel like it worked awesome for him. I wouldn't say he's like a strong reader now, but he's definitely leaps and bounds from where he was last year. And that was really my main goal, was to kind of get him reading enough really to where he can read instructions by himself. So I'm hoping for next year he'll be able to read the instructions for like his language arts and things like that and be a little bit more independent. And so he is doing great with that. I was very, very pleased with that curriculum. And I feel like that's a great reading curriculum for any child, no matter what kind of learner they are. I think it would work great for every child. Now, All About Spelling, I don't know if we will use that again. I honestly, now that we're farther into the book, I don't know how useful it is. And we didn't even finish the book because I just felt like it was really just a lot of the same stuff we were already doing in All About Reading. And a lot of the words he already knew how to spell. And so it just seemed a little bit like a waste of time. I'm glad we did it because it really did help reinforce All About Reading. But I don't know if I will need to do that. Like if I repeat All About Reading with my daughter, I don't know if we'll need to incorporate All About Spelling with that. So I think it was great for this particular child, but I wouldn't say it's necessary for every single child. Now, Emmy Grace, who's 5, she did the Good and the Beautiful preschool. Y'all, I cannot sing its praises enough. It is probably one of my favorite things. We love it so much. When I tell you she loves it, she wants to do like 3 lessons a day, every day. And she like begs me. She loves it so much. She can do a lot of it on her own. She loves the songs. Oh, the songs are just so precious. They have letter songs. They have songs where they do like hand motions that go along with the letter sounds. And they have like the ABC song. It's so good, guys. It is so well done. So if you need a preschool curriculum, I cannot recommend that one highly enough. We've loved it so much. I wish we could just do it again. But I do have one more kid behind her, and so we will probably do that with him. I really have no negatives to say about that program at all. And I think she's well equipped to start kindergarten because of that. Okay, history. So we did 2 histories. This was not a good idea, to be honest, because it was a lot. We should have just chosen one. I know now for next year. So we did Gather Round's U.S. History 3, which is a mini unit. And then we did Gather Round's Living Off the Land, which is a full unit. So it's longer than the U.S. history. And so my goal was to do 1 lesson of each a week. We honestly were only able to do about 1 lesson of history a week, if that. So there were some weeks we didn't get a history at all. So we did not complete both of those. We are going to do a few lessons in the summer, but I'm not going to stress about completing it fully. But I will say we did love it. And I plan to use gather around again next year because we really enjoyed the way it was formatted. I love that they have seat workbooks that go along with the units that are separated according to grade level. I loved that so much because the things that my 5th grader can do, my 2nd grader cannot necessarily do. So just having one student seat workbook would not have worked well for our family, especially since I have such varying ages from 2 to 5 all the way up to 10. So it works great that I can pick and choose what level I give to each one as far as the student notebooks go. So I loved that about it. And I also just loved that the pictures in there were great. The activities were really fun that we did, and it was not too much. I feel like it was just enough. There wasn't too much reading. There wasn't too much seat work. We did skip a good bit of the seat work because I wasn't going to do a lot of like the writing prompts and stuff since we do the Good and the Beautiful language arts. We didn't really need all of that, but we did a lot of like the drawing activities and the mapping and the fun art projects. So it was so great. I cannot recommend Gather Round enough. It's so well done. Another thing I added in around quarter 3 was the audio version of Living Off the Land because it gave me a little bit of a break where I didn't have to read. So they have it all already pre-recorded so that someone else is reading the lesson to them. And that was really helpful. It gave me about 10 to 20 minutes to just run, like throw a load of laundry in or do whatever I needed to do while they listened to their history lesson. And then I was able to come back and help them finish their seat work and ask questions, and it worked so great. So I probably will do that next year, is get the audio version, because we really enjoyed that part. Science, y'all, I had so many good intentions with this one. I was gonna do like 3 different science units, and guess how many we got to? Just one. Just one. That is the season of life I'm in, with 2 toddlers and 2 older kids that needed a lot of help this year with their core subjects. History and science just did not get the attention that it needed, but it's okay. I just made a decision. I was like, you know what? This is just a season of life we're in. We cannot do it all right now. I've learned that it's really hard to do that when you've got little ones and toddlers who are constant interruptions. So I'm hoping it'll be a little bit easier next year now that they're getting a little bit older and my older ones are able to be a little more independent. I think that we will be able to do better about incorporating history and science more consistently and more often next year. So that is my goal. Y'all hold me to it. But this year we did do the Good and the Beautiful bird science unit, and we did love that. The kids thought it was so much fun. We were able to do like some outdoor activities with it. We even invited the neighbors over a couple of times, and they did some activities with us. So that was really fun, and we really enjoyed it, but we really just took our time with the unit. Like, we did it very slowly, and we finished it probably early this year, but I just didn't feel like starting another science unit because I was so worried it would be yet another thing that we didn't finish, and I didn't want to feel like a failure, to be honest. So we just didn't do another one. I do have several of the Good and the Beautiful science units on my bookshelf that I do want to get to, but we will see on that. I'm still undecided about history for the fall, so once I have a decision on that, you guys will be the first to know, but we're still trying to decide on that. But we did love the Good and the Beautiful science unit. I feel like they're so well done, and the student journals go great with it. They are fun and engaging. I will say I wish they had a few different age levels for the student journals. That's my only negative on that, but we had a lot of fun with science. And then, you guys know for Bible, we just do a hodgepodge of a whole lot of different things. But the main things we focused on for Bible was scripture memory, catechism memory. We did several not consumed devotionals. We did my own devotional that I wrote this year, Hello Peace. There's always a link for that in the description box if you want to check that out. You can purchase a coloring book that goes along with it. But we did all of those this year and had a great time with those. So many good conversations and heart-to-hearts with our kids. And Bible is just something we will never stop doing in our homeschool. It's like the main part of our day. And that's probably the thing I love teaching them the most. And I know it's the thing thing that will carry them through their life the most and be the most helpful in their life. So we really spend a lot of time on Bible and a lot of emphasis on that. So that is about it, guys. That is our hits and misses for this school year. I can't believe it's already over. It just feels like it flew by, but we had an awesome year, and I'm so glad that you guys got to come along for a lot of that this year. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment below what some of your hits and misses of the school year was. I would love to hear that. And also give this video a thumbs up before you head out, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's a free way that you can support my channel, and it means so much to me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.